So, down here, we are spawning over the red Terran in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. Core Hall compound. Ohana. This is Ohana. It is the red Terran. Snobz. And let's make sure all this is on. It is, apparently. It's really quiet. I'll have to change it here in a second. And in the top left-hand corner of the map, his Terran opponent in the blue. It is Fireballs. Alright. And here we go. We're going to adjust the sound options, actually. Because apparently... cannot hear a thing. Alright. Is everything, like... is my headset working? I don't think my headset's working. There we go. Things are much better right now. And here we go. Both these players, not big fans of the Tivit. And kind of understandably, right? Like, that's not a fun matchup for a lot of those players. It seems like every race hates their own mirror matchup. But I love everybody else's. I like playing ZVZ, but I don't like it as much as I enjoy watching TVT or PvP. As Artosis was saying, every matchup is just so good right now. There's not a glaring imbalance in any matchup. Yeah, Zerg might have a little bit of favor in all the matchups right now, but the maps are actually like not Zerg favored at all, really. I mean, you have like Daybreak and stuff like that, but by and large, as both players go ahead and throw their racks down on 12, maps are pretty well conducive to other races that give Zerg with their advantage, give them a significant disadvantage. Now, obviously, no glaring map imbalances for a mirror matchup, as we see here, and there cannot be imbalance in a mirror matchup because that just wouldn't make sense. We do see that Fireballs will be the first to scout, but very nicely done there. The supply depot does get thrown down, and that will pretty much prevent Fireballs from getting any kind of scout off at all. Snobz will be interesting to see what he goes over here in scouts. Will he be able to get in? He will for the time being, but that SCV may finish that barracks just in the nick of time. No gas being thrown down for either player, so we will more than likely be seeing a quick expansion, and that is certainly what we're going to be seeing out of Snobz, already over 400 minerals. Going to pop that first Marine or that orbital command, and then probably make another command center. The scout from Snobz does get in, however, and he's going to see that there's not a whole lot here in the base of Fireball. His SCV does get chased out. And we do see here no gas going down for either player still, so it most likely will be a fast expansion for both players. Snobz getting up to 400 minerals, and as soon as he does, you will see this command center plop down right there. There it goes, right on the dot, and there's the command center for Fireballs as well. So it looks like we are shaping up for a bit of a macro game. That poor SCV, he has a family, but it doesn't seem to matter. Fireball's practicing his stutter step micro. There was a Marine showing in the middle of the map. No Fs to give on that Marine. And we do see that another barracks is going down inside the main of Fireballs, or of Snobz, I'm sorry, and of Fireballs as well. And both players look like they're going to be going for some bio play. Artosis is turning in his grave right now. A lot of players are saying, like, the goodie style, the mech, pure mech style of playing Terran is just far superior to bio in TVT. 2 gas is being thrown down for both players at their main expansions, which most likely indicates that we are going to see the tech up to Medivacs, because look, both players are already committing to the heavy barracks play. 3 barracks in the base for Snobz, and there are 3 for Fireballs as well. And what is this, an engineering bay going down now for Fireballs, so it looks like he will be looking to hit a +1 timing, whereas Snobz will be a little bit behind in his upgrades and could give Fireball an opportunity to attack and do some significant damage, because 10 Marines versus 10 Marines with upgrades is way in the favor of the person with upgrades, obviously. Reactor, or Tech Lab, excuse me, going down now for Snobz. Snobz going to be getting that stim pack upgrade, and we do see Fireball skipping stim pack and getting the +1 infantry level weapons out of his engineering base. So as we were talking about, he is going to be getting that +1. Snobz been very active with this Marine. I like it, checking for any kind of proxies, any kind of SCVs, anything that would hurt him. Otherwise, combat shield going down now for Snobz. Snobz actually going to be able to combat that +1 kind of nicely. It's not going to be as good as it could be. +1, in my opinion, is better than combat shields. But the fact that he is going for combat shields instead of stim first shows that he is invested in making his Marines last. That is a very good trait to have. Snoops going ahead and grabbing the watchtower and this Marine in pretty good drop positioning. And I must say I am a big fan of the way both of these players are keeping their naturals, or the chokes to their naturals, very well guarded. A bunker here and a very nice man-made concave here with the Marines. Very intentional. Fireball is going way aggressive with this +1 attack, adding stim pack now, and this will be very hard hitting, but will Snoops be able to hold? I'm not sure, to be honest. There is about 120 seconds left on that stim pack and about 60 seconds left on that +1. Snoops is going to go out here and grab this other watchtower. His map control at this point is impeccable. We do see that combat shield is about to finish for Snoops. That will be done in time. Perhaps even stim pack will be done in time. And ooh, look at this, Snoops going ahead and getting his +1 infantry level upgrades as well out of his engineering bay, and hopefully in time to account for his opponent's +1. I don't know if it'll come in time. Fireballs adding on his starport. Reactors are being added on as well, so we will be seeing some just pure Marine medevac combinations here with +1. Will Fireballs move out here with his +1? Two Marines are going to go out and probably secure the watchtowers. Very nice idea there. That way Snoops can have no idea that an attack is coming. However, I think Snoops can kind of anticipate. Oh, he's clearing the watchtowers. Probably going to go ahead and get an attack here very early on. +1 is about 25% on the way for Snoops. And if that finishes before the attack from Fireballs comes, then I think he's in a very good position, because that would prevent any sort of +1. Plus, he will have a combat shield upgrade. But Fireball is going ahead and starting +1 armor. And this one attack from Fireball is going to be very heavy. But let's check out the Workers tab, because that is so imperative. And I hit sound. Let's check out the Workers tab, because that is imperative in any mirror matchup. We see 44 to 42 in favor of Fireballs, and the army in favor of Fireballs as well. But only so slightly. Two Workers, though, in any mirror matchup is a big enough lead, because in mirror matchups you have the exact same things to work with as your opponent. You do not want to be behind in any way that you can help. Siege Tech mode for his Siege Tanks is on the way for Snoops. That will help against the push if it gets here in time. However, the first tank not even out yet for Snoops. Snoops actually looking to be in a little bit of trouble. And only one guy on that gas geyser. That seems to be a bit of a blunder. Unless he's rallying them there. No, he's not. Turret ring has gone up for both players, trying to prevent any kind of drops from happening. And these two medevacs are out. I would like to see Fireballs go ahead and push before he wastes his advantage. +1 is done for Fireballs, and it's for Snoops. Snoops is going to be behind in armor, and especially since Combat Shield is now about to finish for Fireballs. This push from Snoops actually not going to be able to do as much damage as he thinks. I think the build from Fireballs has actually just been superior. A very nice concave here for Fireballs would not be very good for Snoops to engage. Two medevacs are out for Snoops, or 4 out for Fireballs, and it looks like Fireballs wants to go ahead and push out in the middle of the map too, realizing that his +1 and his combat shields are going to finish. Stimpack not done yet for Snoops. This battle could be very bad for Snoops. Snoops actually going to get absolutely decimated. Oh, wow, and all the medevacs are going to certainly fall. +1 done for Fireballs. And he said a stim is worth a medevac, and I have to agree in this situation. Looks like Snoops is going to get ran over here. Oh, that Siege Tank mode is finished for Snoops, and it looks like, oh, an extra stim that shouldn't have been taken. Oh, the fire! Oh, big shot there from the tank. Not absolutely necessary at all for Fireballs to push up in there. Fireballs should just take his advantage, turn around, and go home. 93 to 89 supply, he is up. But we check out the units lost tab, and that tab tells the tale. Fireballs has been 1,200 resources more efficient than his opponent. More than worth it. +2 on the way for Fireballs, while +1 armor is just now on the way for Snoops. Fireball's looking to set up a third expansion. I'd like to see him start throwing down more racks, and look at this. Reactors are finishing up, and his production is going to skyrocket. We do see probably that another expansion was plopped down. Oh no, excuse me, more barracks that we were just talking about. Very nicely done there. Snoops just now adding on his armory, and that will certainly throw away his that will certainly hurt him in the upgrade advantage because he doesn't have an armor yet, while his opponent is 25% of the way into his +2/+2. Snobz going to go over here and send his first SCV down to mine a little bit. Going to start Menarding those workers down as he grabs his third. His third is ahead of his opponent's, but his army is significantly down. Does this Marine scout this push out? He can see it a little bit, and it should cause him to jump right into position. There is a pretty nice turret ring here, especially with Marines that should be jumping into position. Did he not notice? Oh, what if he did not notice? +2 is about halfway done for fireballs, as +1 armor is about to be done for Snobz here very shortly. Command Center just now finishing for fireballs, and he will more than likely take his third expansion. And looks like we do see a little bit of a move out here from Snobz. His fireballs could catch this army off guard, though. That would be a very bad position for him to engage in. And it looks like he is going to go ahead and get a pretty good position here at the third. Snobz going to come down and engage. Don't know if that's good. The siege tank not in range. Now it is. And Fireballs needs to get out of there. Planetary Fortress at the third, looking to get picked off. All these Marines not being traded cost efficiently at all for Fireball. Fireball needs to back out a little bit, checking out the units lost up after that. Snobz catching up a little bit, but still a little bit behind in that tab. Checking out the army tabs. Looks like Snobz pulled a little bit of the way ahead. Fireball should have waited for that +2/+2 to engage there. No sense in getting an upgrade if you're not going to wait for them to finish. A whole nother army is moving out now for Fireball. Checking out the worker stat, 58 to 67. Snobz on top of his macro and his worker production, while his opponent Fireballs has been slightly less efficient. We do see the third base is now running for Snobz, and his economy soaring above his opponent's right now because of that third base. Third base not being effective at all. In fact, only one mule there. There come the minority workers, 15 of them. So actually the economies will stabilize here very shortly. Looking at that right now, that's crazy talk. But as those mules die and the SCVs from Fireballs regain, we do see a little bit more of a stabilization, except the economy of Snobz in a fairly great position here. We do see Snobz is going to go ahead and start moving out onto the map. Looks like he does want to gear up for a little bit of a push, and I feel like his tech is superior. He has the siege tanks, however, he does not have the +2/+2, and his opponent is working on +3/+3. 10 Marines at a time coming out for Fireballs, almost evening up the supply there. Marauders in the mix as well, while Snobz is playing pure Marine. So this battle will come down simply to control. The counts are way too much to call, and whichever player sieges up first here could be in a superior position. Oh, the tanks on siege. Very bad position here for Snobz. Tanks firing off big time for Snobz. However, who is going to come out ahead in this battle? It looks like Fireball pushing his way through. One tank remains. Final tank dies, and these medevacs are easy pickings for Fireballs. Fireballs could lose every single medevac. 164 supply to 126 supply in favor of Fireball. This third base very exposed here. These Marines not in a good position at all. Tanks on siege, not going to siege in time. Too many Marines and Marauders for Fireballs, and this is all but GG for Snobz. More medevacs die, and it looks like Fireball could come up here. Gonna pick off the building command center. Gonna pick off the planetary fortress. That needs to survive. Trying to be prepared, but too much firepower. That command center goes down big time. SCVs die, and that command center will die without even being canceled. Oh my gosh, every single Marine and medevac here. SCVs getting pulled and dying. So many Marines, Marauders, and medevacs. This is all but the GG. 178 supply to 81 supply. Fireballs with a 100 supply advantage. +3/+3 about to finish for Fireball. +2/+2 about to finish for Snobz. But there's so many medevacs. How many medevacs? 10 medevacs with health. Oh, GG, there it is. Snobz going down like a sack of potatoes. Down by 108 supply to Fireballs. Good game. Good game. I'm going to cut this for YouTube, but please, if you're a VOD watcher, please subscribe to me on YouTube. Please follow me on Twitter at I'mJermaine, and follow me on twitch.tv/I'mJermaine. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much, and have a good one.